So thanks everyone for joining. Today's going to be a little less formal than normal. I'm going to be sort of jumping around on my browser between different screens, showing you obviously Facebook advertising, and we'll chat about that. I'll get through a fairly, I guess, basic presentation of what Facebook advertising is there for, what it can do for you, and show you, again, it's from the user that maybe hasn't done it before, or an overview of how you should be using it or how you could be using it. And then I can take questions at the end, and we can delve into some of the other, anything else that you want to kind of go over. So I do want to keep it fairly basic today. Facebook advertising has gotten so, I guess, intense with the different things and the different types of advertising and different ways you can advertise on Facebook now, that we really would want to break this up into different sessions. So this would be the basic version of Facebook advertising. And of course, if there is more questions, or anybody has any more questions on top of what I go over today, then feel free to bring it up at the end. And what we'll do is we'll try and get through and answer any of those questions. I've been doing Facebook advertising now for about 15 years. I started Facebook advertising in 2005 when I got in the business. I was a bit of a techie and wanted to see what I could do with the platform, and I did that right out of the gate. Back then, it was very basic. You paid for you only really had two options back then. You could pay for advertising that you could put a picture up and it goes to a website, and you either drove traffic to the website or you just paid for impressions. So it's either, you can consider it sort of an auction basis at the beginning with the let's say the first scenario where you auction off basically if you're looking to advertise in Richmond Hill and there was 10 of you, and only 9 spots, whoever paid the most would get the most of the 9 spots. It's kind of like auctioning off ads, and during peak hours, it would be more expensive, and at night it would be less expensive. So they've continued to have that type of experience, but they really divided it up now into like 10 different ways that you can advertise, and you can advertise with different landing pages Facebook creates. And so there's tons of ways to advertise in Facebook, tons of ways to target audience. Before, you could only target by age, demographic, language, as well as area. Now you can get right down to interest. Somebody who is more interested in comic books, I can advertise to, that sort of thing. So I've done it more as a hobby, I guess, throughout my career. The very first time that I put ads on there, it was like, get your power of sale listings, click here. And I was running ads that were about $1 a lead. And that's filled in leads. So $30 to give me 30 leads. So you can imagine, I spent $100, 100 leads, and very quickly had to turn it off because of the time spent trying to qualify and convert leads, which I have done successfully. But again, it's, advertising conversion is now the talk of the town. It's no longer, can I generate leads, or who's giving me the leads? Anyone can give you leads. Or pay for those leads. The question is can you convert them? And what are the quality of leads, and how many different, I guess, how many contacts do you need to make in order to finally get that lead to fruition? And I'll tell you what the numbers are, because I just want to do a general overview of Facebook advertising and what to expect. And that is, if you do get a lead through this type of advertising, depending on your ad, you will have a better success rate. Lower quality ads, such as get your list of homes today, is going to be low quality leads. And those leads will be at under 1% conversion rate, which means 100 leads, you're not going to get 1 out of 100 to convert. It's actually less than 1 in 100. I've kind of seen it around 0.5% in most cases. If it's a better quality ad, let's say you're taking a listing and you're putting a listing out there, and it's a great listing at a great price, somebody wants to see it, you're going to have a higher conversion rate. And those might convert between 1% and 2% if you're really lucky and you're good at converting them. The other number to know is that it is an average of 8 touch points or 8 contacts to that lead on average before they convert. So if you do the math, 100 leads at 8 contacts per lead is 800 contacts. And if you're lucky, 800 touch points or contacts to those leads will turn into hopefully a deal. Time is money. And in this industry, if you are doing lead gen and you're a busy agent, you're typically handing those leads off to somebody else to waste their time. And that's where teams are born. And those are, and brokerages for that matter, that say we're going to give you a certain amount of leads and all this sort of stuff, which to this day, I still have not had anybody to come back and say that they've made a business out of it. So this is the world of online leads. What I'm going to talk to you today is about Facebook advertising. And I want you to, really kind of put aside the online leads while we go through this and look at it as an advertising opportunity. And that's not just to convert leads. It could be for farming, to get known in an area so that over the next year, they're going to see your name 40, 45, 47 times for them to now think of real estate when they think of your name. And then you'll be somebody they may call, or if you were to door knock or meet them, that they would know who you are. So there are many different ways to advertise, and the reason why you want to put ads out on Facebook. Now, today's specific presentation was done, and I think Gazelle is on the line here, because we had a great conversation, Gazelle and I, about the different platforms that we offer at Century 21 Heritage to help promote a listing. So somebody gets a listing, and within their budget of the listing, they say, I've set aside $200,000, $500,000, $1,000 for every listing I have to promote it. How do I promote it on Facebook? How should I do that? So because just putting it on Facebook on your page is going to get out to about 50 of your friends, and that's it. It's really not going to do anything. You have to boost or pay for that ad to get out to more of your friends. And if it's a matter of just your friends and family, just to make sure or your sphere of influence, people are giving you business to see it, then you still need to pay for that, and you need to generate that boosted ad to friends of yours and friends of friends of yours. So that is one way to do it. Or if you want to do it a certain area, so take all of Newmarket because it's a Newmarket listing. Or if you're in Bradford and you want to advertise that to Woodbridge because people are coming from Woodbridge to buy in Bradford, and hopefully you get a call off your listing. Listings are great advertising opportunities because you will be more likely to receive a call off it because it's your listing. As well, you'd be more likely also to build your business around, a farm, or to show everyone you're successful. So to get the lead, but also to make sure your name's out there, so you're building your business. So that's the general gist of what we're going to be talking about today. Obviously, they're leads, they're people that we're trying to get engaged, but there's also that impression type of advertising that you want your friends, family, maybe people in an area to see. So there's a lot involved. You have to decide what sort of campaign that you're going to run with Facebook, and then implement that into your business plan and do it consistently, either every listing. It could be for a farm area. It could be your sphere of influence. It could be because you're targeting a market of first-time home buyers, what have you. Today, we're going to focus on listings because I think that that's a very good one to do. And then we can talk about the different ways to promote your listing and which one might be better than another. So let's get into the presentation and an overview. Obviously, I've gone over the most targeting and effective advertising platforms. I mean, Facebook is one of the best, right? Facebook owns Instagram. So if you're doing Instagram, Facebook, it's going to be the same. If you're going to promote yourself on Google, that's okay. That's another big one, and it's one of the biggest in the world as well. But if you talk about the top two advertising from a digital standpoint, you're going to be on advertising on Facebook or on Google, and using those platforms for the most part. There's some other ones out there, and we can always talk about different opportunities, but those are the big ones. So we're talking Facebook today. First of all, you must have a personal Facebook account. If there's anybody on the line here that does not have a Facebook account, I doubt it, because most people are on Facebook, especially if you're a realtor. But if you don't, you do need to set up a Facebook account to start. Pretty straightforward. There are tutorials out there. The second thing is that you must have a business Facebook page. A lot of people don't realize that either. So currently, and we're going to be bringing this up at the town hall this week, Facebook is starting to remove personal pages without your notice that are either doubled up. So let's say I have one for Eryn Richardson as a personal and Eryn Richardson as a business, but they're both personal accounts. They're not business accounts. They're going to delete one of them and they're going to arbitrarily take off one. They're not going to tell you and you lose it forever. So be very careful right now if you do have more than one personal account, and they'll be able to tell if you're using two different email addresses that you may lose one soon. So be very careful with that. The Facebook business page is just a component of Facebook. Facebook allows you to have a personal page, a business page, and some groups. Okay, groups are separate. Groups are things like, yeah, I'm going to start a network group, or I'm going to start a group about pizza, or a group about, I've got a cottage group, for the people to, have a private group to talk and to post things just for your group. What this is a business Facebook page. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that you should have a landing page, somewhere to send people. Okay. And Facebook, and I put a little note here, you could have a Facebook create that landing page for you now. They do that now. They've implemented that. So if you don't have a website, a landing page, or you want them just to fill in a form and you get their information, then you could do that through Facebook as well. That's not what we're going to talk about today. That's we'll call it advanced or a different section of Facebook advertising. And I'm going to keep it fairly basic and keep it very easy that if you do have a Facebook account and you have a business account, that you'd be easily able to promote something out there and get them to hopefully go to that page or landing page. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, I'm just going to go to the next ad. There we go. Setting up. Okay, so if you're setting up a Facebook account, if you do not have a personal page or a business page with Facebook, I just added and I'm going to show you, I'm going to go over to it. I just added a link to our Century 21 Heritage training page on YouTube. So our YouTube training page, as to a guy that does a ton of tutorials, and he's right up to date with 2021. What is the most current way to set up a business page? Very basic, and he walks you right through it. So I don't want the people that have a business page today to be bored by me showing you how to do a business page. It's pretty straightforward. It's a click, put a picture. They'll actually, it's like they'll ask you questions to set it up. It's really straightforward. But if you would like to go on and do that tutorial, that video is available at the bottom of our training page. There's a few clickable links. I'm going to show them to you. One of them is a company that does the tutorials. So I'll show you that as well. So now that you have the business page, and you should hopefully all have one, these are examples, and I just threw up a collage of different. Where are you going to send them? Are you going to send them to your Spotlight Marketing? You've paid for a website for your listing. You might as well send traffic there, right? It's a great opportunity. You can chat with me live. If they speak a different language, you get it in a different language. They get all of the information about the property. If they want to click on your website, it'll be on there as well. So there is the full great experience that you're going to give somebody about your listing. That's promoting your listing. Okay. If you want them to go to your website and see your website and the listing on there, they'll also have the ability to click through to your virtual tour, but they'll also have the ability then to start searching right there as well, other properties. And hopefully they see another one they like if they didn't like this one. There's other carrot approaches on your website too, to get their information. So it might be in your best interest, not to just send it to the virtual tour, but to actually set it to the landing page on your website. So that's an option. There are other landing pages in addition on our websites that we give you to do landing pages to market reports and whatnot. You can utilize the Remarketer site as an add-on feature, and I'm going to show that at the end as well. It's a full lead gen program if you turn that on. It's an additional fee to do that. You do get a very good website with the connection with your virtual tour and everything that you can send them to without having to have the upgrade. The upgrade allows a full back-end nurturing system for sending out prospects, leads, automated. You don't have to bring them into a different program with Stratus or Matrix and whatnot. So, but you need a place to send them. That's called a landing page. And a landing page could be one page on a website. It could be the front of your website. It could be somewhere that on the internet you want them to go to, and hopefully they'll fill in their information so you get the lead. If you're trying to lead generate, if you're just trying to promote the listing and the fact that you sell a lot of houses in this area, then it's more of an impression type ad that you're going to be doing and just sending traffic there. And then hopefully they, see your name a lot, I guess, for that to happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take those concepts. I'm going to go over to, let's go right into Facebook. I'm going to sign right into Facebook as if we're starting from the beginning and give you an idea of where to start. And just give you a rundown of what Facebook, what it looks like to have a business page opposed to, I'm just going to go straight to my personal page here. So when you log in, you'll have your news feed. There we go. There's my page if somebody was to click on my name. But again, typically you'll just come up with a news feed. And the stuff that you'll see on your news feed, right? Every now and then you'll see a sponsored ad. So somebody thinks I like to play online games, I guess. And they're advertising to me Forge of Empires. They happen to be doing a video ad, right? Build your empire, sign up now. This is the clickable link they want you to click on. I'm going to look for just another sponsored. There's another one. It's a video. We're finding videos are great for not as much for engagement, but maybe for quality. And we're not going to do video today, but we're not seeing as much click through. We've tried video in the past, and we're actually not finding the click through to be quite as engaging. I was hoping I could get some advertisements maybe that pop up for sponsored ads for real estate. There's a generic one that's just a picture. So they're obviously hiring. ZipRecruiter, post jobs for free. They must know we're hiring or we're looking to hire because they're obviously a sponsored ad is coming to me as well. These ads that come up on here can only come up on here if somebody obviously sponsors it and pays for the ad. What a lot of people don't may be confused with is the fact that you do need that business page. This happens to be a shortcut to my business page on the side. Okay, I have a few business pages, right? We have our pre-construction page. We've got Richmond Hills business page for Century 21, and we've got a bunch of other ones. I got a bunch. Okay, these are business pages. So on mine, if I click on my business page, I'll be able to see not only what my business page has and what's being posted, but over on the left-hand side, I'll be able to manage it. So when you have your business page set up, you've put a picture, you've put your information, on the left-hand side here, you'll have a range of tools, okay? And where you're going to really want to engage on an advertising basis is going to be on, you would think it would be the ad center, but it's actually, I'm just gonna, yeah, in this case, it was ad center because of our, no, business, why is that happening? I'm on my business page for me. Yeah, I've been confused a little bit about this. On the side here, you do have an ad center, but you also have a business section, and maybe it's resource and tools. That's the business manager I'm looking for. It's this right here. So let me just go back. They've moved everything around on Facebook recently, and it used to be the ad center, and they still have it there, so I can still do an ad, but I wanted to show you the business center. And I think it's also cutting off the top of my screen for some reason. I'm just gonna try and fix that. I can. I don't know why that's not allowing me to go up. Just give me a second. I want to find that business center. Yeah, it's a business manager. Okay. So what you're going to do, instead of going to your business page, which is this one here, it's actually called the business manager, and it's on your personal page. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's for ease of use for clicking. But if you click on the business manager on your personal page, that is going to open up where I want to go, because it allows you to do the ad manager, ad reporting, and everything within there. It shows you your accounts that you have set up. I have a few accounts. I've got Century 21's account. I used to manage the Home Team account back when I sold. So that's there. And then I have my my business account as well, my business page. I currently have no ad accounts running personally because I don't do business ads. But this is where you're going to be able to manage your ads from. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my personal page again. And any of the posts that you do on your business, so I'm going to click on my business page. Any of the posts you do on your business page, you can promote very easily by something called Boost. And that's really what I want to show you today, because it's the easiest way to effectively just create an ad without having to go through the confusing 10 different options and eventually create your ad. So when you're on your business page, create a post, and then you're just going to cut and paste where you want that landing page to go to. And in order to get a landing page, you're going to make a decision as to where you want, what you want that to be. Now, I have currently a Spotlight Marketing landing page open. It's 17080 8th Concession Road. It's Julia Lopez's listing. Okay. And all I have to do to promote this page, if it was me, for example, because I don't have a listing, I had to borrow Julia's. I'm going to go to the top. Oops. Sorry, I got my thing in the way. I'm going to go to the top. This is a landing page. Any URL is a landing page. Okay. And this happens to be the one I'm on. So all I have to do is do a copy of the top. Okay. So I just, copy that and then move it over to Facebook and paste it in here. Okay. It will grab the picture of the property automatically for you. Most landing pages will do that for you. Okay. This is the easiest way to get somebody to go to that page. Okay. Now, as soon as you paste it, you are able to delete it and not lose it from here. Okay. I see a lot of people putting posts on there and keeping that URL. You don't need to. Make it look clean. And then this is where you write something catchy. And of course, I'll allow your own advertising creativity to come out here. If I put wow, and then really kind of point out something you want them to see. You should see what they did to the basement, right? Try and get something a little more creative than, just a family friendly home in King or something like that. Prices, if price is something that will get somebody to that page, great, put the price. I don't want to get too involved in what to say, although it is important. I'll let your own creativity, but remember, you got to give them a reason to go on that page. If this property happens to be not, like, let's say underpriced at $999, that I would put it, because that in King for $999 would be a steal. This is probably a $2 million property. So, but if it's a $2 million property, putting $2 million might not be something to get them to click. And you guys know about this from those of you who were doing ads back in the days we actually were doing ads in paper, right? Trying to get somebody to call you. It's the same idea. You're trying to get somebody to click on this, okay? Soon as you've decided that this is what you want to say, all you have to do to promote that and pay for it to get out to the people you want to get it out to is hit the little Boost post and hit post. And it's going to take me through some questions, because it's going to want to know how much do I want to spend and all that kind of stuff. So there we go. So the goal, what would you like from this ad? Now I can change the goal on here. Remember I said there's lots of different options. They're kind of saying, listen, we'll do it for you. Just hit automatic. If you're trying to get more leads, okay, then, you know, choose that. If you want to get more messages because they want to talk to you, if they want to get more engagement, and that it's going to just, I guess, change some of the features and some of the things, you know, sign up or chat with me. They're going to put little things on there to try and get the engagement by doing this. Right now, I'm just going to do automatic because I'm going to show you what it does automatically for you. The button, it will ask you. And, you know, if you change this, by the way, the goal, it will give you a different button, but it gives you the opportunity here to choose. And in this case, I want them to, you know, learn more, maybe. That would be a good one. You can do a special ad category. In this case, not. We're not going to do that. They've really added in these extra things for different layers, especially in politics and stuff. So don't worry about that one for now. There is a smart audience, so it's going to do the analytics for you as to who they think it's best to get out to. In this case, the audience details they've chosen is real estate interest between the ages of 18 and 65 in Canada. I want to change that. There's not too many 18-year-olds that I know of that are buying houses. The average age of a first-time home buyer is actually 37. So I may want to change this demographic. And I tend to work better with people between the ages of, let's say, 35 and 55. Remember, we're targeting markets. You will have better conversion rates if you're able to sell better to the people that you're targeting. They're saying all of Canada plus 25 miles. I don't want Canada. I want, in this case, this was in King. So let's say I will do Vaughan, Ontario. Now it will say Vaughan plus 25 miles. No, I don't want that. I don't want it to be all over Ontario here. I just want to take away that completely. Just do Vaughan. So go back to Vaughan. I got to change there it is. I still would rather just have it Vaughan and wonder if they'll let me do that. I don't think they're going to allow me to do that. They should. Yeah, drop pin, 10 miles. Yeah, it's saying Vaughan plus 10. I used to be able to just do Vaughan, but it's possible they've changed that. I was told that today, actually, when I was talking to Sam. It says if you have real estate on for some reason as an interest, it does plus. You can't just do Vaughan. So without kind of messing around, I'm just going to leave it Vaughan plus 10. It's not a big deal. It's just doing outside that area. But if you really wanted to target market, you might want to play around with that and try and just get, let's say, Bradford, or just get Newmarket, or just get certain areas rather than going too broad. Potential reach in this is 230,000 people. So it's fairly broad. I'm going to save that for now. And then we can do the audience is smart audience. I wouldn't change that, but if you do want to change it, you can just do it for example, the people who are currently liking my page, people who like their page and their friends, or people in your local area. That might be not a bad thing to do. And you can choose the local area. That might be a little bit more detailed. Yeah, you can really get down to that. So that might be a good idea, is to go by mapping and try and get it down to right by like a 5-mile area. So that's another way that you can target. So that's good that they have that as well. And I'm going to hit create new and see if I can. Oh, I see. Yeah, a whole different one. That's okay. I'm just not going to do that. We're just going to keep it to that for the purpose of this. There are obviously, when I said create new, that's taking this all out and doing it all over again. Okay. So I'm not going to do that. So in this case, I do like this map. It's a 5-mile area in and around, let's say, the area that I live, and I can move that. You can just say King City as well. It keeps going to 5. Okay, so let's go back to 5. Duration, how long it's going to run for. So you're going to run it for 5 days, end on March 8th. Total budget, in this case, it's $25. It says US and Canadian. No, it is Canadian. That's good. So 25 Canadian dollars. That's not enough. I'm only getting 1,000 people. You're kind of want to try and get it up to something reasonable. I would say, I mean, if you put an ad in the paper, it's $200. I would try and, do a decent ad size. The other thing you could do is, run an ad for that amount of days with a lesser amount and then just renew the ad. You could do that as well. So you can choose your budget. And then where do you want to put it? You have choices of just Facebook, whether you want Facebook Messenger or Facebook Messenger and Instagram. So you can take off Instagram and Messenger if you didn't want it to go to there. Okay, that's up to you. Payment method, you're going to have to add a Visa card, and then you're going to hit Boost Post Now, and that is creating an ad. This is what you pay programs such as Agent Locator, all the other lead gen programs, Back at You Media, which we offer as well. About a 10% overhead for is doing what we're doing here. They put the ad on there, they choose the audience, you give them your parameters, and then they can automate it. The benefit to like a Back at You Media in terms of an automated boost post like this is that it's like they're your assistant. Would you pay 200 or 20 bucks or 10 bucks for somebody to do it for you? You would? Okay, well, Back at You will do it for you, and you don't have to hire an assistant. So that is an advantage to some of those third-party programs that will automate your listing posts and just put a budget to it every time that it comes up. So they make it easier for you. In this case, you're saving your 10% and you're doing it yourself. And it allows you to be a bit more specific in targeting. I bring this up at listing presentation time. I give maybe him a screenshot and say, this is what I do with your listing. It used to be we put your ad in the paper. I no longer do that. What I do is I target market. You've got a bungalow on the east side of Newmarket. Well, perfect. That's going to go between the ages of 55 and 65 plus. And we're going to target that in Markham because people are coming from Markham looking for retirement bungalows, less stairs, and usually the ages of, I'm not going to say 55 to this to upset anyone. So we'll say 65 plus. So you can go 65 plus or whatnot, looking for bungalows, you know. But it's something that allows you to show your technology. It also show that you are putting thought to the marketing of the property and generating more results to your landing page. And if you're using the Spotlight marketing property page, this will give you a higher number when you go in to check your user clicks or your traffic to your site. And what I always told people in listing presentations is when I did do the Facebook ad and sent them to this page, I could show them that my traffic to this is, let's say, 200 views this week on this page and 100 views on realtor.ca. So I'm doubling the amount of exposure of their listing because twice as many people are seeing it. And if I get twice as many people to see it, I'll get twice as many showings and twice as many offers. And the difference between 3 and 6 offers, 50,000. So my marketing really helps generate more traffic to your listing, more showings, and higher price because I get more people to your site. And that's what people are doing that know what they're doing on Facebook and all these advertising campaigns. So it'll help you get your listing, help sell your listing, and generate leads. So that's why you want to lead generate and not have to necessarily pay somebody for leads, right? There are other programs out there that'll just give you leads, but those leads are might as well just open up, tell a listing and make some phone calls because they don't know you. They don't want to talk to you, and neither do the people on telelisting or cold calling, right? So it's the same type of lead. The thing is these companies are making lots of money off of you and they're wasting a lot of your time and they're making you frustrated. And it's a whole big ball game out there of people taking advantage of it. It's also the reason why some, let's say people are trying to attract you to a team or to a broker or whatever it is saying, I can give you leads. Well, it's easy to give you a bunch of numbers, names and numbers. We actually give you it for free. You just have to pop open telelisting and make some phone calls, right? And we pay 20 grand a year for it and we give it to you. We want you to use it. But of course the buzz thing is now, no, I want an email to tell me to call this person that doesn't want to talk to me. So that's what's happening. Now, I do know this works. I've gotten listing presentations on this. I've shown and sold properties as buyers through this. It does work, but you just need to put some more thought to this type of landing page and lead gen. Now, this is, of course, one of the suggestions for landing pages. I wanted to show you what you do if you're on Remarketer. So I'm going to flip over to our Remarketer. This is our Jane Doe page, right? So this is sort of for training purposes. I'm going to go to her landing page as if it was yours. She has the exact same account that you have, and she'll have listings just like you'll put on your site, right? And here's that property on her site. It's actually 3 million. There you go. So we'll click on that property. And this is your landing page. This is your website, your search, your market reports, your tools for home evaluations and listings and buyers and stuff, all the information. It's a great site for searching for listings. Every week they're updating stuff on this. From the day one we got it, I love this program. I really love it now. We've made so many improvements on the experience on the search tools and finding properties. And you know, it'd take me a while to go through all of them, but the biggest one I find is this, the IDX search, the ability to have to log into the site to see a home, the ability to quickly get the information. You know, it lagged a little bit before. Right now it's real fast. They made some improvements to that. It's really a good program. But this is good enough to get leads. They're going to book a showing through you. They're going to request for more information, maybe market report, maybe home evaluation, etc. Right? And there's some really good market reports. I mean, it's really cool what you can do with this now. Just they've even put this graph in to know whether or not where the market is. It used to be up here. This week it's dropped down to here. You can see a lot of information in that area, and this is all on your website. So it's a great site to use as a landing page. Sounds like I'm trying to sell it, but I am just letting you know when it comes to lead gen, to have the experience to get in, let's say, sold information and log in to get that. This is the sort of stuff that people want these days. So we're really engaging with that. So this would be the landing page. You just do a clickable, whoop, that's not it. We'll click on just add the listing you want to promote, take the URL, hit copy, go back into Facebook. Okay, I'm going to get out of this because I'm not going to boost it anymore. Yes, I want to leave. And you do the exact same thing on your business page. Create a post, copy it in. There's your landing page. Just take out that, write a really nice write-up. So write nice things there. Hit boost post, hit post, choose your demographics, your budget, and there you go. That first link that I showed you where they kind of moved it around on me is where you would go to see the analytics. Okay, so that's where your business manager is. It's going to manage your ads, and it's going to show you how many people have clicked, what are the demographics of people that clicked, what was your click-through rate, all that kind of stuff. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have a little sign up, and people click on it and get onto your website. That's how you generate traffic to your website, and specifically to a listing that you're promoting. If you don't have a listing, everyone has listings. I will tell you, everyone can get listings without permission because you have pre-construction within your system. All these are new developments. All you have to hit is the pre-construction gallery. So free landing pages for pre-construction are there. When I say free, it doesn't going to take you any time or money or anything to have to, to go out there and get permissions or anything like that. We'll give you those. If you're going to add a new listing to your site for the landing page, this is where you add the MLS number. So it's just in the listing manager, right? If it's not your listing, you're not going to have your listing up here. You just hit add new. And then I called Julia and said, Julia, can I please advertise that listing you have over in King? I'll send it out to Woodbridge. See if I can generate some showings for you. Do you mind? And she'll say, yeah, go ahead, Eryn, have at it. And I'll put the MLS data. I'll do MLS information in there, and it will pop open on there. If you have an exclusive listing, you can obviously add an exclusive listing as well. So you'll enter the information into the system. So this is where you're going to manage those listings. And then of course it'll show up as soon as they're in there onto your website. As easy as that. You got featured properties. You also have new developments as opportunities. Okay, so there's definitely opportunities in there to promote. That's the best and easiest way at no additional charge other than the price of your ad, which is no management fee. So I wanted to show you all of that as opportunities for your listings to drive traffic either to your spotlight marketing site or to your website in general that also will have a spotlight marketing component to it, because that's what will be the virtual tour. So when people click the virtual tour, you send them to their spotlight and it works there as well. So really it's a double up if you do it to your website. I think that's a great overview. I am gonna get into some of the advanced features now, meaning advanced lead generation, things that if you, yes, get a monthly fee to have something managed for you, it will do more to help nurture and get that person to interact with you, so you don't have to contact them 8 times yourself, as well as being able to organize your leads, and then some more lead gen opportunities with Remarketer. So the basic overview is done, and I don't want to overload anyone that's already overloaded. Say, okay, that's enough, right? So this is where you hit pause, go do what I just showed you and have fun with it. I do want to show you, if you do have the upgraded version, I'm going to log out and log into my site, other landing pages that you can take advantage of with Remarketer if you have the lead gen model, and how to organize it. So now I'm in my site, and because I have the upgraded lead gen, I'll have a lead nurturing section here, and there's something called Link Builder. The Link Builder will allow you to create 4 different types of landing pages that are not necessarily a single property. One of them happens to be single property, so that's fine, but 3 additional ways to generate a little more enticing links. And then I'll also show how it kind of turns your website up another notch as well. So in this case, you can do a listings alert. So would you like to receive a list of homes in Newmarket under say 700,000 today? So residential home, 700,000 in Newmarket. And hit generate. So now it has a landing page. This is it. It's got a little clickable link. You can either copy it and then post it into Facebook, or just hit this and I'll go straight there. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is the new landing page you just created based on that ad that I just said. Get a list of homes in Newmarket under 700,000. There it is. You copy that in as your landing page, and now this is what you're promoting. People will click on this. They want a house under 700,000, and they want to see them all in Newmarket. That easy. Not only that, we've got another second carrot approach, which is, by the way, fill this information in and you will get recent listings, future value, recent deals, property type comparison, market activity. We'll give you all those reports and we'll send you those homes daily. So this is an opportunity for them to fill this in. You are giving them some information. This is what lead gen's about these days. People are, they're on to us. They will not fill this in unless they get something of value. So that's why this is built out the way it is. So that's one landing page, and what you would do is you would cut and paste that. Now you could do 1 or 2 things in that. You can cut and paste that and then write the ad. I'm going to see what that looks like in terms of a picture. That was my only question I had the last time I did this, was what picture is it going to give us? And if it gives us a picture I don't like, you can always do it a little differently, and I can show you how to do that. So you create a post, post it in here. And perfect, they fixed. I made a suggestion that they put a nice picture in here so it looks like a good ad. So there's the ad, and all you do is homes in Newmarket under 700,000. Okay, homes in Newmarket under 700. Get your list, or see list now. Okay, and then I boost it and I go through the same process we already went through. Okay, and that will take me to the landing page. So it says recently listed properties, latest homes in sale Newmarket. I put the amount 700,000, and people will click on that. Okay, that's another lead generation type advertising. You're not promoting a listing. You're not really. I mean, it's a bit of a brand play, I guess, if you do it enough in a certain area. I know certain agents that are currently just flooding my area right now with these type of advertisements, and I'm remembering them. So this could help for you as well. So that's one of the landing pages that you can use. The other 2 is home evaluation, which is a general one, but it really gives a good job of giving an automated evaluation. Let's say if I do detached homes in, I don't know, W5, hit generate, and then this is what the landing page looks like. And it says Toronto's W5 recent deals for the detached properties with the average sold properties. How much is your home worth? Put in your address. As soon as they type in their address, they're going to receive a full and detailed market report. Okay. That's another landing page. And then the last one is your nosy neighbor landing page. And I did nosy neighbor 15 years ago. So it worked well. Ever wanted to know what your neighborhood is selling for, click on this link. And then you're going to do the same thing here. All homes in Richmond Hill. Hit generate, and it creates a link for you. And this is what the landing page looks like. Richmond Hill, recent deals for all properties. There are 334 sold properties in the last month, average sold, and how much is your neighbor's home selling for, basically. And again, you're going to get that community report with all the market statistics and recently comparable homes. Not only is all this going to happen, but when they put in their information within Remarketer, it is going to set them up in the back end. As soon as I find out where I'm at, I'm just going to have to find it. Sorry, link generator. There we go. In the lead management section. Okay, so their information is automatically going to go in here as a lead. Okay, I've done some test people here, as you can see. That's going to score the lead. The lead scoring is how often somebody clicks. I currently set myself up, and every day I receive properties in my inbox in the morning of the recently sold properties in Newmarket. It's awesome. It's way better than Stratus and RentMatrix. It really gives a nice report. When you click on the link, it goes straight to your website. So you're getting a lot more return actionable things to your website. It really is a good experience. So when you click on my name there, I'll show you what I've set myself up to receive every day. So this is the back end information. My tasks would be here. If I, for example, scheduled myself to call this person in the next week or whatnot, I can add different tasks. I can actually add sales funnels and stuff, and it gets really intense in the CRM side of things. My browsing history, what have I clicked on? Right, it's going to now show me that I clicked on this property was the last thing I clicked on, and that was done 0303, which is today. So this morning I went through my list and clicked on those. My profile's in here, so you can update those things. Transactions and accounting is done as well if you'd like to add transactions. So you did a deal with me or you listed my property. And then you also have nurturing control, which is what most of you should know about, but I've turned it all on. I want to get daily seller alerts, buyer alerts, market reports, occasional greetings. I want to see what they look like. So I've set that up. And that's going to, send out all the occasional greetings, that birthdays and all the different holidays and everything, as well as a newsletter. So it's all there. It also now they've added the as requested. There was a suggestion by a lot of you, is that now you can see the email that was sent out. Okay, so for example, I clicked on that last email today, so I can have a look at what I clicked on, and there is the email that was sent to me this morning. These are all the properties for sale in the last few days. I know I clicked on this one because I thought it was a very interesting one. I know the exact property. It's kind of nice. 1.5 is not a bad price. That should move. It's actually a really nice 3-acre property, corner of Doane and Leslie. So that is a great nurturing control feature. What I'd like to do is maybe, because I went through some of these extra landing pages and whatnot, and just showing you how to boost ads on Facebook. I know one question that often comes up, okay, what if I don't use the boosting feature and I want to go right into ads on Facebook? There is a full ads manager there that you can create an ad that's not just a boosted post. And it gives you just a ton of options of the way to actually write an ad. You can do videos, carousels, you can do its own landing pages, you can do different demo. I was doing at one point in time a targeted ad for first-time home buyers, and I would determine the first-time home buyer as newly engaged. So anyone who got newly engaged in the last year, this is the ad I want going to them, and it was to purchase. I'm not saying it worked. I'm just saying this is the power of the system. If you recently got engaged, or recently married, then they might be in for a move or a sale of one of their properties or whatnot. So think about the different opportunities there. The thing that has come in over the last few years that is new is the fact that they have real estate as an interest. They are targeting now people that are interested in buying a house. So you kind of don't have to really do much anymore. And that's part of your boost. So it's doing that sort of analytics for you. So really wouldn't worry about turning this on to overload if you don't need to, but you can if you'd like, okay? I'm going to open it up. If you guys want to unmute yourself and ask any questions, that would be great. I'm just going to start with the ones that are written. iPhone number 2 is asked, how do you target as you need to go into special categories for real estate? And it gives you 15-mile radius in particular areas, a way around it. Yeah, that's what I was playing with iPhone 2. And if you want to unmute yourself, I don't know if you saw, I did sort of figure that out by changing it off of the radius, the city plus. I turned it to, I think it was like a custom radius map search, and I was able to bring it 5 miles in and around an area. So I was able to do on the map. So business account, if you have a personal account, you'll have an ability in there to add a business account to it. I can go over there and see if I can find it. And hopefully the fact that I have a business account isn't going to stop it from showing me adding a business account. And I also promised to show you where the information on that is, where the training is on that. So, gosh, I really have moved things around. So this is my business account. I'd have to go back over to my regular account. And I wish I could see the top of my screen. I don't know why it's done that. I might switch over to a different browser and open Facebook in here because I can't see the top of my screen. Okay, I'm going to log in. Just turn that 2-factor authentication on. So I need to do that. It doesn't allow you to do ads anymore unless you have 2-factor authentication set up. Okay, so they just sent me a login code and I haven't got it yet. It still hasn't sent it. That's great. Let's try didn't receive, texted me. Here we go. 27040. There we go. Okay. So this is now going to be it always goes to your personal account when you first log in. Okay. You should be able to, over the top right-hand side, as used to be where it was, is add a, oh, maybe it's there. There it is. So you go to the top, hit plus, and add page. And this is how you're going to create your page. This is considered a business page. You create your business page, you'll be good, I believe. It's been a while since I created my business account. So what I would suggest for those who would like to really know how to do it, go to YouTube, go to our Century 21 YouTube channel. So you just go to YouTube, type in Century 21 Heritage Group Training. There's the Century 21 Heritage Group Training. And then when you click on here and go right down to the bottom is our last online tutorials, it's called. Central Media, okay? This is the other company that I added there today. And these guys do a great job of explaining anything you would like to do in 2021. So you can make a website, a one-page website, Shopify. What you're looking for is business page for Facebook. So I just type in business page. There is how to create a Facebook business page in 2021. Okay, it is 23 minutes, step by step. If you have any questions, this is what you should do. Go to this. Watch this video. They'll go through step by step. I tried to do it this morning, but without starting a new personal account and unsubscribing my current business page, it wasn't very easy to, and of course today's seminar wasn't really about setting up a business page, only that you do need to do it, okay? To answer your question. Just seeing what other questions we have. Last time I did an ad on Facebook, it didn't allow to target age groups under special interests for housing. Be careful not to do special interests and stuff. And I had that question again today. Facebook's very good at the analytics. And if you start to try to tell it what to do now, it will start taking things away from you. And you don't want that. When you saw the boost post today, it really did do some automation there, and it already had the interest as real estate. So, because it knew it was, it could tell that I'm a real estate page. You actually categorize it as a real estate page. So it already knows what you're trying to do. I wouldn't try to get into housing and stuff as a special interest, because what it starts to do is it really starts to narrow down a specific group. And as soon as it gets underneath a certain 1,000%, it starts to say, sorry, it's too narrow. And we can't do it by age because we don't have enough people. And I think that's the biggest issue there, Gazella. Carrie was just asking, and I'm going to share this with everybody, but it says, can I send solds to myself with a free website? I mean, sure. There are websites out there that have the VOW system that you can sign up for, right? We all know them, right? We're competing with them for business online. So you can do that through them, or just set yourself on Stratus. I don't know why you wouldn't just do Stratus or Matrix, right? Just do unavailable solds and send the solds through Stratus, which, by the way, you can still do. All these features that we have and websites we have, Stratus and Matrix does it for you and automates it for you under the prospect searching. But what it does is it doesn't really interact with your website and get people using your website and stuff. You do have to set it up. Whereas in these systems, it's nurturing and it's all in one system. So there's advantages, but you can still do that, of course, on the MLS. Tell me more about 2 Facebook pages. Why can we lose it? Yeah, so this is something that's happening and all over the blogs over the last little bit. Thank you to Joseph for pointing it out. Is that Facebook is now saying, yeah, we know what you've done over the years. My mom went to do it. We used to teach this all the time, is that when you set up your personal page, make sure it's a personal page. Don't confuse it that this is your business page. Your business page is a business page. Keep it separate, personal, business. And what people were doing were considering their personal page a business page. And if you're doing that, for example, my mom does pyrography. I'll show you some of the stuff she does. She's awesome. But she's like an artist, right? So she created her personal page and called it Avi Creations or whatever it was. And started using. I said, be careful with that, Mom, because if you continue to do that, at some point in time, Facebook's going to see that as a business, and they're going to say you can't do that. So you're going to get thousands of followers. So she did. She set up her business page. So it was a good thing she did it, because now they are starting to penalize. If you have 2 personal sign-ins, like if you're signing in on 2 different, they have an analytics to say, yeah, you have too many friends that are the same, or too many. We can tell that you're the same person. They actually take picture of you and say, yeah, you're the same person. So, and they're going to delete one on you. How can we have access to Remarketer platform? Is it a software? So that's Lavina. I haven't met you. And if you're new to the company or whatnot, now the Remarketer platform is free to all the Century 21 agents. It is our website and CRM that we give you. And on our Century 21 Heritage Group training, okay, let's go back to that. I just really want to show everyone, make sure that you're all aware that if you don't have that set up, that we have the full sign up and getting started with Remarketer. It's a full series. What Remarketer is, how to sign up and get started, and then how to use it. Okay. Under the sign up and get started, welcome to the Remarketer platform. All right. In order to sign up, it's got the clickable link here. This is the link that you're going to need to click on in order to sign up and get your Remarketer site up and running. Okay. Can we choose a targeted group by language? Yes, you used to be able to do that. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't believe you can do it through, I know you can't do it through Boost Post right now, because Boost is the simplest form. It's saying, yeah, everybody in a certain area, a certain age demographic that's interested in this. If you do, really turn it on, like we're talking Facebook has gone from 2 options to 50. It's crazy. See if I'm signed in here and I can quickly show you how complicated it gets. What you're essentially asking is to go into your business manager. Okay. You're gonna create a new ad within here. Okay, I'm gonna go over to my business page. Okay, and I'm going to start a new ad under Ads Manager, I believe. Go to Business Settings. I've got to add an ad account. There you go. So I have to add an ad account first. What I might do is go back into, I've already created an ad account, but it's underneath Century 21. And there we are. Create a report, sign up, not now, Ads Manager. And you're going to see we've spent a lot of money. We're going to create a new ad. So create, loading creation. And then it's going to start asking me probably a series of 50 questions. And I'm not going to go through it all, but this gives you an idea. The awareness, we want to do a reach of traffic to my website, using conversions. Name your campaign as optional, hit continue. And you're asking about, going back to your question, make sure I get it right. By language. So when you're creating your ad, you got to keep answering these questions before we get there. Budget optimization. I'm just going to go to, sorry, I always have to move my screen around to see all the things because I've got my chat windows open. Hit next. So this is now I'm getting into the ad set, which is getting into my reach and conversions. Within this section, you will be able to create audiences. There they are. Genders, detailed, languages. Edit languages. It's a specialized foods on commonly location you select to reach all the people in the chosen link. Leave this option blank. More options. Spoken languages. So if you want to speak in Chinese, simplified in Chinese, there you go. Okay, and so now I'm reaching people who speak Chinese. So that's where, but there is a ton of stuff that I still got to do. And it is the same boost section. It looks the same, but there's about 50 other things you can do with it. So languages is one of them. I just thought I'd show you that. I wouldn't get in, well, yeah, I would get into it if you're going to do languages for sure, but you have to do it the hard way. Unfortunately. So Carrie was asking on the remarketer site, and I was back up to the other one, was sold to yourself with the free website. No, you can't, Carrie. So you were asking questions about solds on the free web, on your version of remarketer. So the version we give for the remarketer that you have now, you can log in order to see the solds that you have on for your solds. But the full solds, CMA, nurturing, sending the solds for an area, that's on the lead gen platform. So that's the $79 platform. Okay, so that's for the extra. Eryn, may I advertise listings on Google? So same idea as Facebook. It's just a whole different platform. I like Facebook. It's a little easier interface. Google doesn't have pictures, so you'll be writing ads. But it's the same idea. You're setting up an ads account within the Google system, and same idea. You're copying over landing pages, and you're saying, I want people that in this demographic, this age, who click on this ad to go to this place. So that's how that works in Google. Okay. Training for Google Ads. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could get into training for Google Ads. I'm going to go over to something that if you wanted to do it, I think this company that I've put on our training probably already has Google Ads on it. So let me just go over and see if it does. I'm going to suggest you go there. Google Ads, yeah, I could do it. It's been a long time since I've done Google Ads. That's my concern, is I'm no longer an expert at it, but sometimes that's the best time to do training, similar to what I did today, is that it's changed so much. So it kind of forces me to find the answers to where it used to be. I'm just going to turn off this heater so it's a little quieter. So yeah, I mean, I can look at doing that. I'll put some thought to that. I just have to get back in and train myself. I got to get the time to do that. But if you do go into here, this tutorial, Central Media does a great job. I'm just going to see if they do Google advertising. There you go. There is the 2020. I guess they haven't done it for 21. It changes so much that you really do need to do it almost, you know, you got to know when they switched it up, because obviously as they add things, you know, things move around. Just ask Debbie. We were trying to do it Google Analytics. It changed this year, and we're trying to hook everybody up with that for Remarketer, and it changed up a bit. So we had to relearn it. So it always going through that. See if I've forgotten anything on here. Make sure that too, I mean, listings are gold, right? They really are. Having a listing allows you to really do a lot in terms of marketing. So if you do get a listing, make the most of it. Really try and drive traffic to that listing and get some phone calls. If you don't have a listing, borrow one. You know, ask, make sure you get it in writing by an email. Just ask some people, because they would love, I would love nothing better when I sold to have somebody in Farsi, you know, put a Farsi ad in the Persian community, so that I got, you know, more exposure to my, you know, to my listing, to the Russian community, to people speak different languages. So you can do that, or just the fact that, you know what, I'm going to try and bring some people in. Bradford, Woodbridge to Bradford is great advertising. If you're in Bradford, have a listing in Bradford. Woodbridge is a good place to advertise. If you're on the East End of Newmarket or East Gwillimbury, something like that, everyone's coming from Markham, Richmond Hill. You should know where some of the different pockets are where people are coming into. If I was in Newmarket, I wouldn't advertise necessarily in Newmarket unless I had a farm area in Newmarket. I would advertise in Richmond Hill, Vaughan, because that's where people are buying houses in Newmarket. So, you know, you want to target market. Does anybody have any other questions? All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you like our video, please hit the like button, the subscribe, and even the little bell to get notifications, just so you can stay in touch and watch more of these great videos.